Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Mabimpressions, and today we're going to be talking about Striving for Light. This is a top-down roguelite with an infinite branching skill tree, but is there enough content here to be worth picking up? Let's talk about it. Before we get started though, if you're into indie, retro, and AAA game reviews, please consider subscribing as I do upload a daily content. I'll be giving you my final rating of Striving for Light at the end of the video, so make sure to stay till the end for that. Let's begin with the developer and publisher. This is by Igniting Spark Games. I want to thank them for the review copy. However, all thoughts will be my own. The game is in early access. It came out November 29th, 2021, and it is currently going for $7.99 US. The story is kind of light right now, but basically you're the chosen one who is able to fight against all sorts of dark demons and evil. You'll travel through many different lands and biomes, destroying enemies and obtaining power shards to help the town grow and push back the darkness. The genre is indie action roguelike. This is a top-down hack and slash game, permadeath, procedurally generated, and it's a single player game. Moving over to the gameplay section, if you guys are interested in any of the footage you're seeing, I'm uploading the full session we did on my MabiVsGamesVOD channel. Come my Twitch, that's where all of this is being done. All links in the description. So the majority of the game you'll be fighting through different dungeons, leveling up via the never-ending skill tree, and collecting shards to improve the town. To go into specifics, what do I mean by fighting through different dungeons? Well, there's a portal that is summoned in town. You're going to be entering that, and the goal is to defeat the boss of the area. There's a lot of big rooms to explore. There are some traps here and there. Enemies aplenty, definitely. They sometimes drop health. They drop experience, and sometimes you're going to be getting the occasional new weapon that can be found. You're going to be defeating the boss, gaining a power shard, and then using the teleporter that pops up to move on to another one, or you're going to go back to town. They do get harder and harder as you move on to new ones. Next, moving on, is leveling up via the skill tree. So you have health, you have mana, you have stamina. You're going to be killing monsters, and you level up pretty fast in this game. You're going to be using a single point per level to allocate points into a random branching skill tree. You can get stuff like more mana regeneration, attack speed, health, and even new modifiers and attacks like splitting bullets and even wider attacks. Every point used to unlock in the skill tree unlocks more choices that you can see, and you can plan it out. You can do lots of different builds, or you can do a good mix of them. You can even disable ones you've unlocked if it doesn't suit your needs at that time. So what's next? Collecting shards to improve the town. There are, at the moment of this review, two NPCs. Well, two NPCs in town to give the shards to. You have one basic one who essentially, throws the story at you. They act as your permanent upgrades for your own save file. They provide new level up nodes for future runs to make things more diverse and interesting later on. Okay, let's move over to the presentation. The graphics and design is very indie. It's not bad though. It's just really jarring at first glance. Those faces are kind of insane. The sounds and music, it's pretty average. From what I remember, they got like 2 music tracks throughout the whole game, and that I'm hearing on repeat. So one thing that's awesome though is they do have some voice acting in there. Moving over to the pros and cons. What did I like? What is this game's main selling points? It's definitely going to be the infinite skill tree. The amount of freedom to build your character with is awesome. The game heavily relies on combat, and basically the current game loop is fight, level up, collect shards, move to new biomes, and repeat. It's a very chill experience, and I had fun with it. But with that being said, what did I dislike and what would I change? Okay, so if the goal of the game is to simply just get farther and farther while enemies slowly scale with you until you die, if that's it, then I'm okay with that. The only problem is right now is that, and this can be easily remedied because, the sole fact that it's early access is that there's barely any content in the game right now. There's about 2 melee weapons and range weapons that I've seen. Builds are basically very linear. All strength or all magic, or just a mix of both of that. Not a lot of enemy variety. A ton of the very, very same different types of enemies, just a different skin on it. The AI is very basic. Just run up to you and dodge out of the way. Easy. If you pay attention, there's almost no way to lose a run. So while it's a great foundation I can see myself playing, it's just way too early to spend a ton of time on. So moving over to my final verdict, as I mentioned, it's a good foundation, interesting art style, very early access for sure, but definitely support the devs if you'd like. I'm gonna have to give Striving for Light a 25% recommendation. It's a pretty okay price points. That's the max they should go for this type of game and size, from what I feel. I can't wait to see what they come up with next, and we'll go from there. So if you guys enjoyed, leave a like. It helps a lot. If you haven't already subscribed for daily videos, let me know what you guys think of Striving for Light if you've played it before. If you have any opinions, or if you have any questions I didn't answer, put it down below. I'd like to see it. Like I said, if you want to see the footage, I'll be uploading on the Let's Play channel, MabiVsGamesVOD, and on my Twitch, where all of it was being streamed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.